Hi students, this is Tanvi from Oliveboard and I welcome you all for today's SEBI Grade A Practice Important Reasoning Question session. So in this session, we are going to discuss some important questions of your reasoning section that can come in your SEBI Grade A exam. Okay, so before starting the session, we pledge for your success and these are the series offerings and here comes your first question. So before starting the session, I would like to request you all to subscribe our channel if you have not yet subscribed and also share with all your friends who are preparing for regulatory exams. Okay, and do like our session if you like the questions and the whole session. Okay, so now here you have some directions given that each question consists of 3 statements followed by 2 conclusions and they are numbered. I'll just show you the whole question, the format of the whole question, how the format of the whole question is. So this is actually the question of syllogism. Okay. So he says that if you are given 2 conclusions and first conclusion is correct and second one is wrong, then you are going to mark answer, that is option number A, which says only conclusion 1 follows. Next is if first one is wrong and second is correct, then your answer will be option number B. And if it is either or between them, then your answer will be option number C. And if both are wrong, answer will be D option. And if both are correct, answer will be option number E. So I hope this is clear, right? So this is what you have to follow. So here comes the first question. So I want you all to try this first. Okay, so let's make the diagram for the given statement, given set of statement, and then out of these 2 conclusions you have to tell which one is correct. Okay. So in the first question, let's make the diagram that some tree are fruit. Okay. Then you have that all fruit are root and then no plant is tree. No plant is tree. Okay. So the first conclusion is that some fruit can never be plant. That there are some fruits that can never be plant. So is it correct? So you can find this area that some fruits and the area that is coming in T. Okay, some fruits and this shaded part which is shared with tree. Okay, and there is a relation of no between P and T. So that suggests that this shaded part cannot come in T. Okay, so some fruit can never be plant. So this is correct. That there is some fruits, that there is some area in fruits that can never be plant, can never suggest certainty. So the first conclusion is correct. Second one says all root can be plant. Okay, so when he says can, that means possibility. But if he says can never, then that is not possibility, that is certainty. So the second conclusion is that all root can be plant. So can all root go in plant? So this is wrong. Again, due to this shaded part. So in the circle of root, you can find this shaded part that cannot enter plant. Okay, so all roots cannot enter plant. Although if he has written some roots, then it was right. Okay, but if he says all root, then the second one is wrong and hence your answer here will be only conclusion 1 follows. So this is your final answer. Okay, right. So now let's try the next question. Okay, let's try the next. So all watch are lime. Okay, all watch are lime. Some lime is key and all key are point. So this is your diagram Now the first conclusion is that some watches point. Okay, some watches point. So this is correct. First one is right. Second one says all lime are point is a possibility. So can all lime come in point? That's true, because in the diagram the relation of some can be seen between lime and point, but in second conclusion he's asking about possibility. So this is possible. Okay, although this is not happening, but this can happen. So second conclusion is also correct, and hence your answer will be both 1 and 2 follows. Your final answer will be both 1 and 2 follows. Correct? Okay. So now let's come on to the next question. Make a diagram for these three set of statements, and then out of these two conclusions you have to decide which one is correct. Okay. So let's make the diagram first. Now some phone is mobile, then no mobile. Now this M represents mobile, and then no mobile is missed. Okay, and then all mobile are call. Okay, so this will be your diagram. Now the first conclusion says that all phone can never be missed. Okay, all phone can never be missed. So is he correct? So you can see this shaded part of phone. I'll just highlight this part of phone. This part can never enter missed, because this shaded part is coming in the circle of call, and call cannot, there is a relation of no between mobile and missed. Okay, there is a relation of no between mobile and missed. So there is some shaded part in mobile of phone which cannot enter missed. So that's why the first conclusion is correct. Okay, second one says some call can be missed. So there are some call. Okay, some call can come in missed. Now here what we see, that there is some area in the circle of call which cannot be missed. Okay, but he is not saying all call, he says some call. So I can bring any some area of call in missed. That can happen because missed have a negative relation with mobile and not with call. Okay, so second one is also correct. Okay, so the answer here will be both 1 and 2 follows. Right? Okay. So now let's move on to the next question. Try this now. Okay. So the statement is that some room is home, no home is house. Okay. Now this was room. Yes. And some flat is home. Some flat is home. Okay. So the first conclusion is that some room are flat. Some room are flat. This is doubtful. No room is flat. This is also doubtful because they have a doubtful relation, and one is some, other is no. So we can say that we can mark either or between these two. So the answer here will be either 1 or 2 follows. Okay, so this is your final answer. Right, so now let's try the next one. Now here the first statement is that all pen are pencil. Okay. Then no pen is marker. Okay, no pen is marker. Then all eraser are pen. All E will come in pen. So this is how you are going to make diagram. Now the first conclusion is that some pencil can never be marker. Okay, that there is some area in pencil, so that's true. Okay, I'll just highlight the same area. It is this part of pencil. It is this part of pencil, that is your pen. This yellow marked area cannot enter marker. Okay, and this yellow part is actually some area of pencil. So that's why the first conclusion is correct. And next one says no eraser is marker. That's also true, because eraser comes in pen and pen have a definite negative relation with marker. So no eraser is marker is also correct. So the final answer here will be both 1 and 2 follows. Okay, so this will be your final answer. Right. Okay. So now let's move on to the next question. Now this is a question of sitting arrangement that you have to try. So ideally this question should not be taking more than 4 minutes. I think 4 minutes is more than sufficient for this question. I want you all to try this. So let's make a solution for this question. Okay, there are 12 persons in total and this is a question of parallel line. Okay, so I hope you all are trying this question and some of you must have already solved this. Okay, so let's pick the first line that we could. So always remember, when you start solving any arrangement, we should start solving this question with that information which fills maximum positions. Like in this question, you can find this, that N sits second to the left of M, who sits second to the left of P. Now this should be your starting point. Okay, what does it mean? Now N, M and P, where are they sitting? They are sitting in second row, which is north facing row. Okay, now N sits second to the left of M. So if I take M here, so N will sit second to the left of M and M who sits second to the left of P. So this is what it means, that there will be one person between N and M, then there will be one person between M and P, and altogether this information is going to take 5 positions. But in your row you have 6 positions, so no problem, we are going to make possibilities. Okay, so the first possibility that is possible is that N will come here, leaving one position M will come here, and then leaving one position P will come here. Now this is the first possible case, and other possibility is N and leaving one position M and then leaving one position P. So this is how we are going to fill this information. Okay, so now let's start solving it further, because we have already written 3 person in our solution. So we should find any information which is with reference to N or M or P. Okay, so about N, there's some information in the next statement that immediate neighbor of n faces C. Immediate neighbor of n faces C. What does it mean? So in the first case, now immediate neighbor of n can be this position or another position. Okay, so these two positions, opposite to these two positions, I have to write n. So we are not sure whether this is towards left of n or towards right of n. But in your second possibility, you can check, just because n is sitting at an extreme end. So m will, no, not m. Okay. So just in the second possibility, just because n is sitting at an extreme end, so we can say that he is talking about this neighbor of n, and opposite to this neighbor, we are going to write C here. So here I'm going to write, on this position I'm going to write C for the second possibility. That's why I write it far from the position, because in north facing row also I'm writing n and m far from the line. Okay, so to make a match that it is with reference to second possibility, I'll write C far from the given line. Okay, next information that you have, that A sits second to the left of C. So according to C, A sits second to the left. So on this position, I'm going to write A. Okay. Now, next information is about K and O. But here we have some another information that two persons sit between E and B, and one of them faces N. What he mean to say, that there is one person, okay, who is where? Facing N. So if I consider second possibility, here I am going to write that person. Okay. And what he says, that there are two persons between E and B, and one of them will be written opposite N. That's fine. In this yellow marked space, I can write one person out of E and B. But the other person will be written here in place of A. So if in this shaded part, I have already written A, but I was supposed to write E and B here, someone out of E or B here. So that suggests your second possibility is actually wrong. Okay, that suggests your second possibility is actually wrong. This is the wrong one. And we are going to complete the original one. Okay, so now we were moving further from C. Okay, now from N, he says that immediate neighbor of N faces C. Okay, now this information that two persons sit between E and B and one of them faces N. What he mean to say, that one person out of E and B faces N, and other person will be sitting here. So the two circles that I have marked are for E and B. Okay, so these two circles reflect E and B. Okay, so now there was this information that one of the immediate neighbor of N faces C. Now this information gets clear. How? Now if immediate neighbor of N faces C, so if I consider this neighbor, and opposite to this neighbor will be this position, and here if I write C, then A sits second to the left of C. Then if A sits second to the left of C, then here I will be writing A. But here I have marked circle which is either for E or B. So on this position I cannot write A. So if here I cannot write A, so here on this position I cannot write C. So that suggests that C will be written on this point. Okay, so C will be opposite another neighbor of N. Okay, so this is how we understood that where I am going to position C. Okay, so I'll just remove this because all these points just create confusion. Okay, so these two circle point to E and B, right? So what we are done with, let's mark all the information that we have completed. Immediate neighbor of N faces C, done. A sits second to the left of C, right? And two persons sits between E and B, and one of them faces N. Okay, so all this information is done. So here I'm going to write A, because A sits second to the left of C. So according to facing of C, A will be written here. Okay, next information that we have is that, okay, only one person sits between K and O. Okay, so K and O can come where they can come. Now K and O can come anywhere on the left out three positions in north facing row. So this information is not yet clear. Next is that D does not face P. Okay, D does not face P. So here, now if I consider where D can come, now these two circles are for E and B. So these are two positions where D can come. And if D cannot face P, that suggests D will come here. Okay, now in the south facing row, you are done with CAD. These two circles are for E and B. So the left out space is for F. So it is just E and B that we have to solve. Okay, next information is that neither K nor O faces E and B. Now both K and O are not opposite E and B. Okay, so these two positions are for E and B. So opposite this point, it is already N. But opposite to another point, that is, I am speaking about this point. About this point, he says that here K and O cannot come. Now if K and O cannot come on this point, so we are sure that it will be L, because we have already filled N, M and K and we were left with just L, K and O. And out of L, K and O, he says that K and O cannot come on this point. So that suggests L will come here. Okay, so these two points are reserved for K and O, and in the above line, these two circles are reserved for E and B. So this is what we have to solve now. Okay. Okay, so now let's solve the left out part of this question. So E is not. Now what he says that E is not an immediate neighbor of the one who faces the one who sits immediate right of L. This is L. Okay. And this is immediate right of L. Okay. So E is not the immediate neighbor of F. This is what he mean to say, that E is not an immediate neighbor of the one who faces the one who sits immediate right of L. So immediate right of L is P and P is facing F. So E cannot be neighbor of F. So E will come here and B will come here. Okay, next is that K does not face the one who sits immediate right of the one who faces M. Okay, K does not face the one who sits immediate right of the one who faces M. Okay, so let's see where should we write K. Okay, who sits immediate right of the one who faces M. So who faces M? It is D, and immediate right of D is A. Okay, and K does not face this person, means K does not face A. So K will come here and O will come here, and this makes your complete solution. So we hardly made any possibility, although we started with two possibilities, but one possibility was wrong just in the starting. So mainly if I see, I'm just solving a single possibility for this whole question. So I hope you are clear that how we have to handle, how we have to link all the information and how we have to proceed. Okay, so let's solve the questions based on this solution. Now here is the first question. Let's try this. Okay, let's try this question. Okay. So who among the following persons are immediate neighbor of L? So who are immediate neighbor of L? You can see it is option number D, that is M and P. Immediate neighbor of L are M and P. Okay, so the next question is that who sits immediate right of B? This is what he is asking. Let's try this. Who sits immediate right of B? Okay, so who is immediate right of B? This is what he mean to say. So the answer here will be option number C. Okay, so the next question, who among the following faces the one who sits second to the right of D? Now the person who is sitting second to the right of D, okay, and then you have to see who faces that person. Okay. Now second to the right of D is E, and who faces E? It is N. So the answer here will be option number A, that is N. Okay. Right. So with this question we are done with the three questions based on the given arrangement, okay, or we can say puzzle. So now let's come on to the next question. Now this is a puzzle of ranking, this is a question of ranking, but it is quite puzzling. So let's try this question, not more than 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, let's try this question now. Okay, so let's start discussion. So the position of C is 30th from the right end. Okay, so from the right end he says that position of C is 30th. C is on 30th position from right. Okay, now we should always start this kind of question with that end, okay, with either left or right end. Okay, so if I consider the right end, so C comes on the 30th position. Now see if there's any information which is based on C. Okay, so here you have that B sits 8th to the right of C. Okay, where B sits 8th to the right of C. So where is right of C? It is here. And B sits where? B sits, let's suppose, here. And if it is 8th to the right of C, so from the right end, if C is on 30th position, then B will be on 22nd position from right, because I am going 8 positions back from where I was coming. Okay, so now we have written C and B in our arrangement. Okay, now next thing that you have is, so what is about C or B? Okay, so here you have some information that there are 3 students between A and B, and A sits on the left of B. So he already defines that A is sitting somewhere on the left of B. So I'm going to write A here. Okay, and why A is between C and B? Because B was 8 positions towards right of C, and there are 3 persons between A and B. So that suggests that A will come somewhere between C and B. And there are 3 students between A and B. So from the right end, if B is on 22nd position, so A will be on which position? So 23, 24, 25, that is 26th from right. Okay, so that suggests position of A from the right will be what? 26. Okay, now, so the next thing that you have is that A sits 14th to the left of D. Now A sits 14th to the left of D. So that means if A is 14th to the left of D, then where will D come? Okay, then D will be right of A. And if it is 14 positions, so D will be near to the right end and also after B. Okay, right? So, and he says 14 positions. So what we are going to do, if we are going towards right for 14 positions, so it will be 26 minus 14, that is 12. So that suggests that D is on 12th position from the right. So these are all the positions of A, B, C and D, and all the positions are from the right. Okay, because we started with C, whose position was given from the right end. Okay, so now what should be done? So the question demands that what is the rank of D from the left end? Okay, so D is on 12th position from the right end. So according to the formula of ranking, which is position from left plus position from right minus 1 is equal to total. And here the total is how many students? 50 students. Now position from left we need to know. Now total is 50 minus 1 when goes right hand side will become 51. 50 plus 1 will become 51. And this position from right when enters right hand side will be subtracted. Okay, and position from right is 12. So 51 minus 12 will be how much? This is 39. So the position of D from the left end is what? It is 39th position, which is not given in the option, and hence your answer will be option number E. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Right. Okay, so now let's try the next question, or this is another interesting question of the series. Okay, so if you are liking the questions and the series, so just click like on the session and also share with all your friends. Okay, and try this question. Okay, so the question says that if all the vowels of the word something are replaced by its succeeding letter, succeeding letter means the next letter. So you are going to do add 1 on every vowel. So O becomes P, E becomes F, I, J. Okay, and the consonants, what about consonants? So consonants, on consonants what we have to do? They are replaced with its previous letter. Okay, they are replaced with its previous letter. So on all the consonants you have to do minus 1. So S will become R. Okay, M becomes L, T becomes S, H becomes G, N becomes M, and G becomes F. So this is what will happen. Vowels we have to add 1, and on consonants we have to subtract 1. Okay, so here you are going to arrange all these. Okay, so how you have to arrange all these? So alphabetical order, he demands that all the letters are arranged in the alphabetical order from left to right. Okay, so what will be the alphabetical order? So the first one will be F, and F comes 2 times. Okay, so we are going to write F 2 times. Next alphabet in alphabetical order is G, and then you have M. Okay, not M, it should be J. After G, it should be J. Then M. Okay. We are done with F. We are done with G. Then J. Then M. Okay. And then we are going to write what? No, not L. One L was not M. It was L. I was thinking the same, that I think some alphabet is left. So here I am going to write after J L. Okay, and then will come M, and then P, then R, then S. So this is the order. So next he says that how many letters are there between the second letter from the left. So second letter from the left is F, and third letter from the right is what? P. So he is not asking between F and P in this arrangement. He demands in the alphabetical series, means in the sequence of A, B, C, D. So between F and P you have to tell in alphabetical order. So F is the 6th alphabet and P is the 16th alphabet. And if I have to tell between P and F, what I'll do? 16 minus 6 minus 1. Okay, between F and P, if I want to know, so 16 minus 6, like all the alphabets till 6 will be reduced, and then minus 1 is for this P. And then we are left with all the number of alphabets that are between F and P, excluding F and P. Okay, so 16 minus 6 will be 10, 10 minus 1 will be 9. So the answer 9 is not given in any of the options. So your final answer will be E, that is none of these. Okay, so now let's try the next question. Now this is a question of blood relation. Okay. Right. So how is M related to A? This is what he's asking, that how is M related to A in the given expression, right? And here you have this equation that A multiplies C minus T divide R and then plus M. Okay, so A multiplies C means A is father of C. Okay, C minus T means C is sister of D. Okay, D divided by R means D is brother of R. Okay, R plus M means what? R is daughter of M. Okay, so M is wife of A. Because if R is daughter of M, then M will be wife of A. Okay, so he's saying, he asked that how is M related to A? How is M related to A? So M is actually wife of A, but wife is not there in the options. So the answer here will be option number E, that is none of these. Now when you make a diagram, the first relation that clicks in your mind is mother, because in the last we have solved M and realized, oh, she's mother of R. Okay, so by mistake you people could have marked option number A, but he's not asking how is M related to R, he's asking how is M related to A. Okay, so accordingly your answer here will be, but relation wise if I see, M is actually wife of A and this is not given in any of the options, so your answer will be none of these. Okay, and this was the last question of today's session. So I hope you all have liked this session, because in your SEBI Grade A exam you are going to find similar questions, similar type of question in your exam. So it's better if you do practice these questions before your exam. That is only going to help you in your examination. So I would like to tell you, if this is your first day in today's session, that we have a new regulatory YouTube channel and regulatory app. So if you have not subscribed yet and you are preparing for any of the regulatory exam, so quickly subscribe to our new regulatory YouTube channel. Okay, and also you can download our app where you can find all the previous year questions and the quiz. Okay, so this was all for today's class. Going to meet in another session. Thank you so much, students.